Nikola Tesla, even though long dead, has not just left us with electrical innovations to enjoy, but also shocking predictions to look forward to. And like a prophet, these predictions are quickly coming to pass. As if to ice the cake, old documents of the scientists long hidden by the US are becoming public. What predictions are there? And what secrets are there to unfold? Keep watching to find out. You may have probably heard about Tesla, but there's more to the name than you would ever know, apart from the fact that Tesla is one of the founding fathers of wireless energy transmission, alternate current power, and the Tesla coil, amongst others. Another outstanding thing about him is that his voice still very much speaks into our present and future, like he was still alive. You may not understand this, but we'll explain. It may never be surprising to find a soothsayer or a sorceress defining what shape our future would take in a matter of decades. But how do you feel about Tesla, one of the greatest scientists who ever lived, foretelling the future? It has become shocking for the world that as the day goes by, every single prediction made by Nikola Tesla is now being fulfilled before our very eyes. And all we can do is connect the dots as we watch these predictions come to pass. But what are these predictions, and how do they impact our lives? As the founding father of wireless energy transmission, Tesla had made noteworthy predictions about the future. When no one can see it, Tesla saw a world wherein wireless energy transmission would be used to power transportation, including cars that would fly, boats, and airplanes. And in contrast to what you see today, these will be powered without the need of fossil fuels or batteries. At one time, he even designed a prototype electric car that used his wireless power transmission technology. Talking excitedly like the future was crystal clear before his eyes, Tesla was sure that when wireless energy was perfectly applied, the whole Earth will become a gigantic brain, with all things being part of the real and rhythmic whole. Because of this, there would be instant communication regardless of the distance, and people would also be able to see others clearly using television and telephony. This equipment will be simple and light so that it can be carried in a vest pocket. He said these decades ago, and today we have our smartphones all around, with automobile companies now competing on who would bring in flying cars to the market first. Isn't that amazing? Tesla also predicted that wireless receiving operations would be replaced by simpler machines, eliminating all interface, with newspapers possibly printed wirelessly at night in the comfort of one's home. Again, little household issues like lighting and heat would be taken care of by wireless energy, which is reminiscent of our now widely used Wi-Fi. Tesla was also very confident in the possibility of an automobile carriage that could be self-controlled with many functions, and he proposed it even without seeing today where self-driven cars run, with the automobile company bearing his name standing as one of the leading companies in the field. From all these examples, it is clear that we must refrain from joking with the late scientists' predictions, as they may all be accomplished in another decade. And while Tesla's predictions naturally seemed ambitious, especially to rivals and investors, one of the most outstanding predictions was when human thoughts would be technologically read through photography. This was stirred in 1893 when Tesla found that thoughts generated images in the retina by reflex. Because of this, he believed that these images could be reproduced from the retina, read by suitable methods, and even projected on screens. Though we haven't seen this one come to pass yet, pondering on it would get anyone nervous, as it is clear that this happening would strip a man of the privacy of thoughts that is currently enjoyed, getting rid of deception and lies forever. If you're asking how possible this will be, why not take a cue from the past, as nothing seems to be a joke anymore. Many of Tesla's predictions have already come to pass, and seeing this prediction become a reality might not be so shocking anymore. But having said so much about Tesla already, nothing could be more intriguing than knowing how an electricity god came to be, right? Nikola Tesla was a Serbian-American inventor, electrical engineer, mechanical engineer, and futurist. He remains one of the biggest brains that once walked the earth, known in the late 19th century and early 20th century. You should probably be thinking of Tesla when you flip a switch and see a light emerge, because electricity and all that comes with it would not have been possible if a fellow like Tesla didn't put in the work. But how did the champ start? Well, the story starts out with an unbelievably smart and imaginative little boy who could do the integral calculus in his mind, to the awe of teachers who eventually label him a cheat. But while this was the line of thought then, a lot was to occur in the future to prove them wrong abundantly. Tesla had an incredible photographic memory and could remember and visualize entire blueprints and scientific formulas in his mind. He could also pay so much attention to tiny details that one day he saw steel engraved in water and ended up visualizing a turbine motioned by the powerful current and imagined energy being generated from it. He promised himself to generate power from this when he was grown. With intelligence like this, Tesla was bound to soar in life with few limitations, which included parental control. Fluent in 8 languages including English, French, German, and Italian, Tesla was born on July 10, 1856, in Smiljan, Croatia, which was then part of the Austrian Empire. Tesla was born to amazing parents. His mother was a creative lady who utilized her skills in making tools that made her chores easier. At one point, she even made herself an egg beater. And though Tesla's father didn't make tools, he was an intelligent writer and poet. But that was not all he was. He was also a priest, and in fact, had chosen that line of practice for his young son, who only wanted to be an engineer.
You will become a priest.
But it seems as though heaven intervened when Tesla acquired freedom by threatening his father with his life when he almost gave up the ghost sick with cholera.
Papa, please. I know I will recover if I become an engineer.
He was then allowed to pursue his dreams.
You can be whatever you want to be.
And in 1875, he enrolled in the Austrian Polytechnic in Graz to study electrical engineering. This is all he needed to put his creativity to use. For starters, Tesla was gravely uncomfortable with communications, or sparks attached to direct power, and an opportunity to express himself finally provided itself when a teacher showed his class a new Graham dynamo. There, Tesla tried to share his thoughts on how he believed that the communications could be eliminated, but his teacher failed to see the possibility of this. But this was the birth of the AC power concept for Tesla. As a brilliant graduate, Tesla worked for the Central Telegraph Office in Budapest, where he designed and made improvements to the telegraph equipment. But for his AC power concept, no one really cared. Tesla was soon faced with either giving up his dreams or leaving England for good. Tesla also heard about Thomas Edison, who was a big shot at the time in America and needed his help. Getting help from a colleague, Charles Batchelor, Tesla needed help to secure a letter of reference and arrived in America with just 4 cents left, where he was to be taught about the reality of life. Edison receives him after he reads Charles' letter, where Charles says he knows 2 great men, one Thomas Edison and the other Tesla. Edison listened to Tesla's AC concept, but rejected it as he considered it a threat to his already running DC power. He, however, gave Tesla a job to develop his direct power generators instead, promising him $50,000 for a job well done.
If somehow your crazy ideas can manage to improve my inventions, I will pay you $50,000.
In need of money, Tesla set to carry out the seemingly impossible task and was done in a couple of months, but was disappointed when he asked for payment from Edison, who told him it was all a joke. Angrily, he quit, taking jobs digging ditches. But the star could not be hidden for long, as investors heard about his fame and brains and sorted for him. Reaching him, they indulged him in developing the arc lighting, which he did without reasonable profits. His big break only came when he met A.K. Brown, who decided to finance his AC power concept. Tesla took advantage of this opportunity, making sure there were no errors. Creating all the AC power system components, he acquired 7 patents from the US government covering his inventions. This was just the beginning of his breakthrough. News began to spread about Tesla's new invention, allowing important and interesting ears to hear. In 1888, George Westinghouse, the American inventor of railway tracks, came into the picture. offering to buy the patent rights to Nikola Tesla's alternating current AC system for a whopping sum of $60,000, $5,000 in cash, and with 150 shares of Westinghouse Corporation stock, and $2.50 in royalties for each horsepower sold. Tesla took the option. The investment allowed Westinghouse to become a major player in the rapidly growing electric power industry, transforming the world at the time. During this time, there was a war in the industry, as Tesla's AC system soon became superior to Thomas Edison's direct current DC system in terms of efficiency and safety, and there was soon a wide acceptance of this fact. However, Edison fiercely opposed AC and launched a campaign to discredit it, including public demonstrations of electrifying animals with AC current alongside a criminal sentenced to death. It was indeed an industrial battle. Despite this opposition, Westinghouse persisted in promoting Tesla's AC system and eventually won a contract to build a hydroelectric power plant at Niagara Falls alongside building the Chicago World's Fair, the world's first all-electric fair using AC generators. The success of these projects established AC as the dominant form of electric power transmission, as 80% of all electrical devices ordered in America were now AC powered. This was just the beginning for Tesla, who developed many other inventions, including the Tesla turbine, a revolutionary design for a rotary engine. He also worked on wireless communication and attempted to develop a wireless power transmission system, which was hijacked shortly before his death. Now, let's consider the long-hidden documents of Tesla. What is the mystery here? Tesla remained a very remarkable personality even after his death. The United States couldn't let his research papers go flying around, so they were confiscated by the Office of Alien Property, a government agency that was responsible for seizing the assets of foreign nationals during World War II, almost depriving his nephew, Sava Kosanovic, of his inheritance. The papers were eventually transferred to the custody of the FBI, which conducted a thorough investigation of their contents with the help of John G. Trump, who later discarded Tesla's works as unrealistic. This action raised some speculations, however. Some speculated that the government was concerned with the potential military applications of Tesla's work, particularly in wireless communication and energy transmission. Others believed the government was interested in his research on particle beam weapons and anti-gravity technology. The electrical god died in 1943 at 86 years old in New York City. In January 2017, President Obama declassified some CIA documents, and Tesla's files were said to have been part of them and were later sent to Tesla's museum. But 80 trunks were recorded under Tesla's name, with only 60 arriving in Belgium. We suspect that some of Tesla's documents remain classified until this very moment. We can only wonder why. What are your opinions about Tesla's works? Is the US hiding anything from us? What more can we expect from the predictions of Tesla? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe.